capacitor start, capacitor run motor is very similar to the capacitor start, whereby we've got live connected, and live connects to my running coil, which then connects to neutral. The starting coil also connects to live. It connects to a capacitor, connects to the centrifugal switch, and then it connects to neutral on the other side. The difference, however, is that the starting circuit has an additional capacitor connected in parallel with the initial capacitor. That means that when this centrifugal switch opens at the running speed, that we still have an electrical connection for the starting coil. Now, in ideal conditions, when this circuit is running at optimum speed, in other words, the centrifugal switch is open, that disconnects that capacitor. This capacitor, along with these two inductors, will allow for their circuit to run close to resonant frequency. When the circuit or the motor moves out of the ideal running speed, what occurs is this switch closes again. That connects the starting coil through this capacitor again. These two capacitors are connected in parallel, and as a result the capacitance increases. Because the capacitance increases, the capacitive reactance will decrease, and because the capacitive reactance will decrease, the current through this coil will increase, and thereby we will get an additional phase angle or phase shift in the circuit. The operation is very similar to the operation of the capacitor run motor that we've looked at in part 7. So what we see is the only difference is this additional capacitor that's always connected to the start coil, the run coil, and the supply, and that will allow for the circuit to remain close to resonance when we have the circuit or the motor running in optimum velocity. When wiring the circuit into the direct online, it's done exactly the same as we did the capacitor start motor. Live and neutral gets connected through to the supply through on the live side the main contactor and the overload, and then we've just got a normal direct online starter connected. Please see the schematic diagram. In order to obtain reversal of rotation, either the running coil's polarity is reversed or the starting coil's polarity is reversed. Testing must occur on all motors before they can be connected to a supply to ensure that they are safe for use. These include the visual inspection, the electrical testing, which includes insulation resistance between the windings, continuity of the windings, and the earth test, as well as testing both capacitors. Ensure that the capacitors are discharged before testing, as well as any mechanical aspects, covers, nuts and bolts completely fastened, cooling fins, and so forth.